guys, it's Rachel, and I have decided to start a YouTube channel. It's about any questions you may have about health, wellness, cooking, anything that has to do with your own health. This whole channel is about you taking your health in your own hands, and I'm just here along the way to provide you with any tips or tricks to help you out. So let's get started. So the first thing is water. I think we all know this, but water is really good for hydration, it aids in digestion, and it helps with absorption of other things. And the second thing is going to be whole grains. Whole grains are things like brown rice, millet, quinoa, couscous if you're not gluten-free, and tons of others. Whole grains are going to be really good in iron, fiber, vitamin E, and vitamin B, and tons of other different kinds of nutrients, but those are some of the big ones. You can add whole grains to things like make rice bowls, or you can add them onto any side dish of any protein or vegetables that you might be having at your meal. The third thing is going to be sweet vegetables. So sweet vegetables tend to be like what we think of as fall vegetables. So carrots, sweet potatoes, yams, squash. I personally love steaming them to get them really squishy, but also you can roast them in the oven, and they're typically the more yellowy, orangey colors. The fourth thing is going to be green leafy vegetables, and I'm sure we've all heard this of everyone telling you to eat kale, eat kale, eat kale. While kale is super good for you, there's also a lot of other green vegetables out there. I personally don't really like to eat kale. You won't see me eating a kale salad. I might throw it in a smoothie, but I don't like the taste of it, so don't feel like if you're not eating kale, you're not living a healthy life. There's tons of other options for you out there, but green leafy vegetables are really good in supporting your immune system. They're good for blood circulation. They're high in calcium, magnesium, and iron, and zinc, and vitamins A, C, E, and K. I love cabbage, so I make a recipe that I'll drop later, and it's gonna be egg roll in a bowl, and it's so good. There's tons of recipes out there, but I add something really special to mine to make it just a little bit different. The fifth thing is I want you to try different proteins. So maybe you love chicken and you eat chicken all the time, but there's a ton of other proteins out there that are gonna provide you with really, really good nutrients, such as red meat. Now you wanna limit your intake of red meat. You don't wanna have it every single day, but maybe 2 times a week, maybe 3 times a week. It's really good, and it's high in iron. And there's other things like fish. I love fish. Fish is my favorite type of protein, and you can get all different kinds, and you can also get it really inexpensively. I think sometimes we think fish is always super expensive, but there's places like Trader Joe's where you can get it in the frozen section. Walmart also has really good fish, wild caught, that's in the frozen section. That's pretty inexpensive. Of course, it's up to you and what you want to try as your protein, and maybe if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, some other options for you may be tofu or soy-based, different proteins, or pea protein. I love pea protein if I'm wanting something more plant-based, just because sometimes soy can be really inflammatory for people, but it's good for you to try and see what works best for you. The sixth thing is going to be lower your intake of processed foods. Now, processed foods are usually not nutrient dense like the foods that we have been talking about. They typically are more caloric dense, and they tend to have a lot more sugar and a lot more of those ingredients that you can't really pronounce. And I'm not saying cut out all processed foods completely. Believe me, I have crackers and things up in my pantry, but you want to look for things that have just a lot less ingredients than you might on a Ritz cracker or something like that. So really learn to read labels and make sure you can pronounce or at least identify some of the different ingredients. Number 7 is going to be nurture your body. A lot of people like to call this self-care. I think it's really good every now and then to give yourself a little love, because we all live different lives, really busy lives, and different things can stress us out. And so it's good to just maybe journal, or take a long bath, or go for a walk, or maybe go to the gym if you usually don't have time for that and that's something that makes you feel good. Just do something that you love to give yourself a little break and give your mind a break too. Number 8 is going to be give yourself some regular physical activity, whether that's going for a walk down the street, walking your dog around the block, maybe taking your kids on a walk, going for a run, going for the gym. Don't expect yourself to go to the gym every single day for an hour and a half if that's not something that you can actually practically do. Set yourself up for success and choose something that's going to really benefit you and that fits into your schedule. Okay guys, so those are my 8 tips for you to start living a healthy and holistic life. Thanks for joining, and I hope to see you next time.